Hello everybody, it's Julia here with another reading for Virgo. I hope that you're all well today, all you lovely Virgos. It's a beautiful day here in the UK, the sun is shining and it's really been very pleasant recently, which makes a change for our weather. Anyway, I hope the sun is shining wherever you are in the world, and I hope that you're well and you're happy. So today, this is just going to be a general reading. I'm going to be trying to tap into a collective here. So this is not a personal reading or a personal energy. You might find something here for you if your sun sign, your moon, your Venus or your rising sign is Virgo. Or indeed if you're a cross watcher, that's absolutely fine. But please do bear in mind that sometimes the energies can be reversed that I'm picking up on. Thanks so much to all my new subscribers recently. Thanks so much to everybody who's watching my videos and gives me a thumbs up and leaves me comments. That's just marvellous feedback for me, really, and much appreciated, so thank you. What else did I want to say? Please do have a look at my other playlists. I've got lots of other videos, lots of pick a card readings and lots of other astrology readings where you might find some inspiration. And really, as always, it's always the intention, the very strong intention of my videos that I bring some clarity to your life, some understanding, and that hopefully that will prompt some kind of self-reflection process within you. Which is what I think that tarot cards do best, really, to be honest. I'm not here to sit and tell you your fortune, tell you what's going to happen to you in the next few years, although obviously these things do come up sometimes, but more than anything, this is really just about telling a story and hopefully providing some clarity on certain issues within your life. So today I'm going to use my planet cards. First I shall draw one of these just for some bigger picture energy. These are a new deck that I did a little review video on the other day, and these are the first outing for these cards, so I may look at the book, I may not, we'll see. We'll see what we draw today and what comes to me. After that I'm going to draw some tarot cards. I've got two decks here, and then I've got another deck of oracle cards at the end, and I will draw one of those at the end, just for any advice really from the universe, any advice for spirit about what we've uncovered, what we've looked at within your reading here, Virgo. So spirit and the universe, please, for Virgo. Could we have a card that reflects Virgo's current situation? Thank you. There we go. So, what have we got? We've got Chiron. I'm never sure how you're supposed to pronounce that. My pronunciation of words that are not English is shockingly bad, so I'm sorry if I've said that wrong. That's either Chiron or Chiron. I'm not entirely sure. And to be honest, I am going to look at the book. I was hoping that perhaps one of the more obvious star signs or planets would come up, something that I had some knowledge about, but I don't really know a great deal about this planet, so I'm going to look up Chiron. Let me see, because I would like to give you the full messages from this card. This is the first card actually in the deck, and it says the planet cards represent the part of your personality engaged in the question or issue, the part of you that is activated or affected by this issue. And we've got Chiron or Chiron. Chiron. I'm going to stick with Chiron. So this describes the tender part of you that seeks or gives healing and eventually becomes wise through the experience of such matters. That's beautiful, isn't it? The key words on this card are your healing power, empathy, and the ability to teach or learn remedies. So in mythology, Chiron was a half horse, half man character who used his ancient knowledge of music, medicine, prophecy, fighting, and hunting to heal and teach several Greek heroes. Unlike his fellow centaurs, he was gentle and wise, but despite this, he was unfairly and cruelly wounded by a stray poisoned arrow. So the great irony was that despite all his wisdom and healing power, he was unable to heal his own painful wound. I'm wondering if I want to read all of this to you. I'm going to, actually. It's interesting. Eventually he was released from his agony when Zeus allowed him to pass into the underworld. So the Chiron part of you understands pain and suffering from a personal point of view, and this gives you both the empathy and sympathy. In your past there may be a disappointment for something you would have liked, but it just wasn't meant to be. This could have seemed unfair, but it taught you the lessons of gentleness and acceptance of yourself as you realised it wasn't your fault. This is the philosophical side of you, that you can accept and live with disillusionment in both yourself and others in a kindly, healing way. So this may be a time of special meaning and deep reflection on universal wisdom. You may be aware of a painful or poignant memory, or someone with a problem may have come to you for healing or support. You may learn new skills in the healing field, which ultimately becomes a source of understanding as you heal mental or physical ills. This will change your ideals, and a sensitive, softer side of you may emerge as you gently forgive and grow into your truth and wisdom. Wow. That's beautiful, isn't it, actually, here, Virgo? I think one of the key words of Virgo in astrology is servitude, isn't it? The ability to serve others and be of service to the community and to the world as a whole. And I think perhaps that's something of what's being talked about here, is that your own personal experience of pain and suffering and loss has really given you quite a profound depth of understanding and of wisdom and of empathy and compassion for other people. So and that perhaps you're actually able to use some of these skills and abilities to teach others. So I don't know how that's resonating for you, Virgo, here, but that's a lovely message, isn't it? So let's get some tarot cards out and see what other messages we can get here for you. But that's beautiful, isn't it? I think, to me, that's an energy, actually, that resonates very strongly with Virgo. If you've watched many of my videos, you'll know that I'm a Virgo. I'm on the cusp with Libra, actually, but I've got Virgo in 6 different placements within my birth chart. So I do certainly know what it is to be a Virgo. And this energy does resonate quite strongly, actually. So Spirit, please, what other messages do we have for Virgo here? What do we have that will be useful for Virgo to think about and to reflect upon? Thank you. Okay. Ooh, first card out. 3 of Swords. Painful energy. Libra here. So some kind of loss, as we've been talking about here with the Chiron card, actually. That's perhaps some of your ability to understand and be compassionate in the world is based upon your own experience of pain or loss or suffering of one kind or another. It's hard not to see this card as kind of a negative, painful energy, but as in all things, where there's been a painful realization of one kind or another, it does actually allow the energies to clear and move, and it allows new, fresh energy to come in. We also have the King of Wands, lovely fiery energy, Leo, Sagittarius or Aries here. This is a dynamic, sort of energetic, charismatic King of Wands. And we have the 10 of Pentacles, which is Virgo. This is lovely Mercury in Virgo. So this is truly Virgo, isn't it? We are ruled by Mercury, and this is truly Virgo, isn't it? So this is some measure of success in the material world, some measure of success within your community perhaps, or within your family, or within your job. We also have the 6 of Swords, which is Aquarius energy. This is Mercury again, actually, so there's a strong theme of communication here. The 6 of Swords is a moving away energy. It's leaving troubles behind. We have the Hierophant. Wow, so this is Taurus, isn't it? Taurus. This is somebody that could be considered a spiritual teacher. This is certainly somebody who would be able to pass on and teach and educate other people in the ways of spirituality and a kind of transcendence of pain and suffering, for sure. This is another earth type energy, isn't it? Interesting cards here, Virgo. And then we've got the Ace of Cups. How lovely. So there's a healing here, isn't there, in this lovely water sign. This is Cancer energy, I think. Yeah, I would say this is Cancer energy. So there's kind of a healing here. There's new love, or a new appreciation for love. This can represent self-love, the ability to feel compassion and kindness for yourself and other people. It can represent the start of a new relationship, but I generally like to think that the Ace of Cups is about the self. It's about self-belief, self-acceptance, and a general sort of feeling of kindness and compassion, really. So interesting cards there. What have we got at the bottom? We've got the Fool. How lovely. This is Uranus. This is air type energy. So something new is on the horizon. Something new is happening for you here, Virgo. It involves leaving some difficult, painful times behind, I think. It involves being involved with other people. The Hierophant can sometimes represent a priest, as in marriage. It can also represent, I guess, divorce at the same time. But generally, I tend to think of the Hierophant as being somebody who might marry people. So I don't know how that's resonating for you, Virgo, but more than anything, what I'm seeing here really is that you have kind of transcended some of the difficulties in your life. You've transcended a great deal of pain and suffering, I feel here. You've turned it into something positive, something that's given you a drive and a passion in life. And I do feel that that passion is to help other people. There's certainly a lot of new starts here, a lot of moving away from difficult energy. And there's definitely an energy here of helping others, while you're helping yourself, I think, also. Because often the counselling and the service to others can fulfil many needs within ourselves as well. You know, when I sit here and read the cards for you, it's not just a one-way street, even though I'm sitting here talking to myself, really. Even though there's nobody sat in front of me, I'm doing it because I like to feel that I'm of service. I like to feel that I'm of help to people in life. I'm a retired mental health nurse. I've always worked with other people and worked to help and support other people. And I think in many ways that has helped me to overcome some of my own issues in life. I think in the talking to other people, it often helps you to make sense of your own experience and take courage in your own experience, actually. So these things are not, it's not one-way traffic, but I do believe very genuinely that it needs to start with you. It needs to start within. It needs to start with this kind of energy, the Ace of Cups. You need to fill your own cup. So let's give these cards a little clarify here. Let's draw another card and see if we can get any further messages here for you. Oh, get back in. There we go. These are beautiful cards though, Virgo. This is lovely, actually. So Spirit, do we have any other messages for Virgo here? Can we clarify these cards and gain any further insights? Any further understanding of Virgo's situation? Thank you. Okay. And we have the Nine of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy. This is a very determined energy, I think. This is things coming to conclusions as a sort of fulfillment, a fruition, if you like, of things, but it's a very determined energy. You could even say that there's a final understanding of something here. And we've got that here with the Three of Swords. Again, I'm feeling very strongly that you're coming to the end of some kind of process of healing. With the King of Wands, we have the Eight of Wands, and this is Sagittarius again. This is movement, sometimes fast movements, incoming communication, travel. Sometimes this can feel quite overwhelming, this energy, but it can also be very dynamic and quite exciting. And as we've got it here with the King of Wands, I'm going to say that this is something that's exciting to you at this time, Virgo, something that you feel quite passionately about. Oh, we've got the Ace of Cups again, how beautiful. And we've got that here with the Ten of Pentacles, which is your card, Virgo. So that's gorgeous. And that's a lovely little Ace of Cups, isn't it, there with the lotus flower. We can really see the peace and the harmony within this card, can't we? We've got the lotus flower and the dove and the overflowing cup of emotion. I think whatever it is that you're doing at the moment, Virgo, that involves other people, involves being involved with other people, whether that be in your job or within your local community or your family, it's filling your cup, it's bringing you emotional satisfaction, emotional contentment. It's making you feel good about yourself. Yeah. What else have we got here? We've got the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, I had to look at that for a moment. 10 of Pentacles. Again, haven't we? We've got that again. Blimey. That is the 10 of Pentacles. I had to look at this card again. This again is another new little deck for me, the Morgan Greer Tarot. And I think this is only the second time that I've used it. And it's very different, actually, isn't it, from the Rider-Waite, number 10 here, isn't it? We can still see that a similar kind of theme and a similar kind of feeling going on there, but that's a different card, isn't it? How interesting. We've got 2 10 of Pentacles and 2 Ace of Cups. There's very definitely an emergence of a new appreciation for life here within these cards, Virgo. It's starting to feel, I think, actually like you could have everything that you want and everything that you need. I think some of your troubles are starting to feel in the distant past now. Lovely. What else have we got? Oh wow, this is a beautiful reading, Virgo. Wow. So we've got the 9 of Pentacles now, and this is Virgo, isn't it? This is Venus in Virgo. This is Virgo happy, fulfilled, contented, surrounded by all the things that they've worked really hard for. And we've got that here with the Hierophant, which, as I said, I see as somebody who's a spiritual teacher, really. So whatever it is that you're embarking upon at the moment, as I said, whether it's within your career or a relationship or your family or your local community, it's authentic and it's genuine to you, Virgo, and it's making you feel alive. It's making you feel yourself again. It's putting back into you more than it's taking from you, that's for sure. These are some of the nicest cards I've sat and looked at in a long time. And then we've got lastly here the Page of Pentacles. So this is Virgo again, actually, because I think when I think about Pentacles, I think that the King and Queen perhaps might be Capricorn, the Knight might be Taurus, and the Page is Virgo, just because we've got cardinal, fixed and mutable signs. So I tend to think of the Page as being Virgo. And this is a beautifully youthful, playful, curious energy, isn't it? Which goes alongside the Ace of Cups here, which is about self-love, about rediscovering things about yourself and about your life, investing in yourself. And I think that you're doing that in a very curious and open, fresh, I don't want to say youthful, but fresh, with a fresh perspective. as if you're looking at the world through new eyes, really. We've got at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Five of Wands, which is Leo energy. This is Saturn and Leo. This can represent conflict. Yeah, this can represent quite a lot of conflict, a lot of change, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of instability. So there's still a small energy around here at the moment that is bringing in some kind of challenge to your life. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad one. Some level of stress is important in our lives, I think, because it can give us this kind of drive, can't it? Like I talked about here with the Eight of Wands and the King of Wands, is that sometimes energy can feel overwhelming and sometimes it can be exciting. And I think more than anything at the moment, Virgo, much of what I'm seeing here is exciting. It's a passion, it's driving you. I can see that your own cup is filling, and I think that you are really enjoying whatever it is that you're doing in life at the moment. That something is like a calling to you, if you like. If this is to do with a job, it's more than a job. It's almost like a way of life for you. And I would say, actually, if you're not in the business of teaching other people at the moment, or being inspirational or motivational in some way for other people, perhaps it's something that you should consider, because it's all here. And you, Virgo, are on this table so many times. What have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 times Virgo is quite definitely represented on this table, in amongst all of this self-love, in amongst all of this dynamism, this passion, this ability to teach and transcend things that are painful. I think there's been an awful lot of inner healing, and I think that there is now starting to become an awful lot of outward healing of the people around you. It's gorgeous, lovely. So I'm going to give these little cards a shuffle, and I'm going to draw one final card for this reading, Virgo, just to see if the universe has any final advice for you. But I don't know what this card is going to come up with, because if I'm honest, this is just fantastic. If I was reading these cards for myself, I would be well happy. And perhaps I am. I am a Virgo after all. And some of this does resonate, to be honest. So I very much hope that it is resonating for you. As I was just shuffling there, a card just tipped the other way, and the word on it was be open to love. So I don't know whether that resonates for you, for any of you. It certainly does with this reading, doesn't it? But be open to love. I hadn't quite formulated a question, so I wasn't prepared to take that card, but be open to love. So Spirit, Universe, if we could have one final card, please, for Virgo. Some good advice, some way forward kind of energy here, please. Thank you. Ooh. The creative no. Wow. I'm not sure what that means at all. The creative no. I'm going to look in the book for this. I would not like to attempt to interpret that and get that wrong. So that's card number 15, which adds up to a 6 in numerology, which is a number of harmony and peace. That's a nice number. Okay, so this is a card about boundaries, actually. So, have you found it difficult to get the respect and acknowledgement that you want and deserve? Have you been in a power struggle with authority figures, or have you felt as though others are trying to control you? Have you been pushed past your limits and filled with resentment? Your soul is alerting you to the need to break out of the pattern of frustration once and for all by assuming authority over your life as a divine being. This can only be done by setting clear limitations and learning to say no. All difficulties you face are directly connected to you being unable to comfortably set your limits. So your soul's purpose right now is to be true to your life by being absolutely clear and responsible in establishing boundaries. Observe how you may surrender them by being unclear on what they are, or secretly wanting others to define them for you. Especially give up the idea that it's always kinder to say yes. There are times when the creative no serves best. However difficult it is to express and defend, be cautious of those who are outwardly accommodating but inwardly reticent. Their overly agreeable energies may backfire later. Better yet, put your agreements with others into writing so that there are fewer ambiguities. Recognise what your limits are and communicate them in a loving and consistent way. Be willing to confront others where necessary. Be unpopular if you must in order to maintain your soul's sovereignty and integrity. Learning to say no takes practice. So to begin, ask yourself how saying no serves you presently, and then do it. Now, while I was a little bit confused when I first looked at this card and saw all the words like boundaries and setting limits, I can see actually really how that would fit into these cards, because we've got an awful lot of energy here of self-love, learning to love yourself, relearning things, the ability to connect and teach with others. It's like there's it's like you're starting out into the world with fresh eyes in one way or another, like the Fool here. I didn't really mention him before particularly, did I? But he has this kind of fresh outlook on life, despite the things that have gone on in life. He's prepared to sort of get out there and try again. And I think what this card is saying is that perhaps this time life needs to be more on your terms, Virgo. That saying yes to everything is just people pleasing. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for other people. And that sometimes actually saying no is the healthy option. And a way that I try to sort of decide whether to say yes or no to certain things is I will always ask myself the question, is this for my higher good? And if the answer is yes, well, that's generally okay. And if it's no, well, I'm getting into people pleasing. I'm getting into behaviour that doesn't serve me, and that possibly I may end up resenting at some point or another. And I think that's quite a big lesson in life for some of us, is that saying yes all the time is just not healthy, and it's not realistic, to be honest. So I can see how that card would go with these cards, but they are beautiful cards, Virgo. You've got so much going on here. I would love to hear in the comments any feedback about this reading, whether any of you have embarked recently on a new start in life, whether you started to practice any kind of healing modalities, either on yourself or other people. What kind of loss or pain or suffering you have managed to transcend and come out of feeling brighter and more positive and with a fresh pair of eyes, really, on life. So yeah, there we go, Virgo. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that it was helpful in some way. So look after yourself, Virgo. I really wish you well with life, with whatever is going on for you. I would just say, carry on. You're doing so well. Carry on. But anyway, if you liked my style of reading, if you enjoyed the video, please do give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. That would mean the world to me. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.